Hello everyone. Today we shall start first chapter, real numbers. Real number. Weightage of the marks of this chapter is 4 marks. You will be asked two sums each of 2 marks in section B. Section A is of objective. There are 16 questions. These 16 questions may be in the form of MCQ, maybe in the form of blanks, true false, match AB, one word answer, any of the 4 or 5 items you will be asked. From this chapter, you will be asked question number 17 and 18. Be careful and serious. This chapter actually is totally in touch with first chapter of 9th standard. In 9th standard, you also studied about the real numbers. Using the same concept of real number, we shall discuss some different topics. So understood, name of chapter, real numbers, weightage 4 marks. From this chapter, you will be asked 2 sums, each of 2 marks. Order of the question is 17 and 16 and 17. Let's we understand some of the series of number. What is meant by series of a number? Group of a number. You have been learning the numbers 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. This series of number is said to be natural number, which is denoted by n. When we add 0 to series of natural number, what do we get? We get another series which is called series of whole numbers, which is denoted by W. If we consider negative natural numbers, -2, -1, we include 0 and positive natural numbers. A series of number obtained which is said to be integer, which is denoted by Z. You know the meaning of Z, which is meant by zehlen, to count. Then a new series which is said to be series of rational number. Which type of number? Fraction, decimal fraction, mixed number, and recurring decimal. This type of numbers include in rational number. Understood? In this rational number, natural, whole, and integers also include. Why? Because according to the definition of rational number, which numbers are said to be rational number? Which can be expressed in P upon Q form. All these numbers can be expressed in P upon. These two numbers are already in P upon Q form. 1.5 is equal to 15 upon 10. Okay? This number can be expressed 6 by some number. Means this is a fraction. Actually, this is a recurring. Recurring always express rational number 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Okay? This type of number. This is a mixed number. 2, 3 is 6, 6 and 1, 7 by 3. So, every natural number, every whole number, every integers are rational number. What is the nature? This number, that is numerator should be integers and denominator should be natural number. Okay? Now, one more series which is said to be series of irrational number. And in irrational number, root 2 plus 1, root 3 by 2, 5 upon root 7, 2 into root 8. This type of numbers includes an irrational number. Okay, which is denoted by q by mu symbol. Now, very most important related to our chapter is said to be real number, all rational plus all irrational together form series of real number which is denoted by I. Understood? These are the main series of number, and any number which is in your mind belongs to this series. There are some other numbers, but you will learn such a numbers in your next standard. So I repeat, natural numbers 1, 2, 3. Earlier they were also known as a counting number. As we start counting any articles with the numbers 1, 2, 3, so they were known as counting numbers. Adding 0 to counting number, a new series form is said to be whole number. Integers you are familiar. Rational number, I said you those numbers which are represented in numerator and denominator form are called rational number. Condition numerator should be any integers means maybe positive, negative or zero. Irrational numbers are those in which square root or any root is not possible. Its root is not possible. Root, cube root, fifth root, eighth root, 12th root. This is irrational number. Sum of irrational and rational is also irrational number. Division of irrational and rational also irrational. Here divide 5 divided by root 7, even though it is irrational number. Product of an irrational number and rational number is also irrational number. And what is mean by real number? All the numbers we discussed up to now, all are included in series of real numbers. Okay, now we shall learn some property related to rational number. The first property presented by Euclid. Euclid presented property for a real number. Where we shall discuss about Euclid's lemma and Euclid's algorithm. Then what is the difference between lemma and algorithm? Lemma, algorithm. Lemma is a result derived from theorem. When any principle or concept which is derived from main results or main theorem is said to be lemma, or it is also called sub-theorem. An algorithm means set of procedure. This is a word from computer language. Every now and then, or very often, you face this word algorithm, set. You studied in 9th standard division algorithm, long division of a polynomial by another polynomial. In 10th standard also you studied in 2nd chapter. So in division algorithm, there were various steps to carry out division. Similarly, here we shall also learn Euclid's algorithm to find the HCF. Okay. So first we understand what is mean by Euclid's lemma. Then A and B are positive integers. What are positive integers? Our syllabus is restricted for positive integers, so don't bother about the negative or fraction number. A and B are positive integers. A is greater than B. When A is divided B, Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. This is said to be Euclid's lemma. Means when A is divided by B, then Q is the quotient. Subtracting some number, what is left? Then we can arrange all this term in this form. This form is said to be algorithm. Who developed this form? Euclid. So it is said to be Euclid's lemma. And when we carry out some process or steps, then it is said to be algorithm. When we use this lemma to find HCF, we have to repeat such a step several times. Then it is said to be algorithm. This much only lemma. Okay, this is a principle. You understood? But one important thing, what is the nature of remainder? Remainder is either 0 or greater than 0, but it is always less than the divisor. Let's we understand with the help of an example. When 12 is divided by 3, 3 4 are 12, 0. Then we can say, what is the nature of remainder? 0. Sometime, suppose we divide it by 5, 5 to the 10. What is left? 2. Look here. The remainder 2 is smaller than divisor. This is very most important condition. When a positive number is divided by another positive number, means A and B are two positive integers such that A is greater than B, then Q and R are such a numbers or such a integers, because maybe 0, that is why we should read integer, such that A is equal to BQ plus R, where what is the condition? R is greater or equal to 0 and smaller than B. You understood? What is the nature of remainder in Euclid's lemma? It is either 0 or greater than 0 and less than divisor. Understood? Then what is the use of Euclid's lemma? Euclid's lemma is useful to find the HCF, that is highest common factor, of two or more than two numbers. Okay? I read the statement of Euclid's algorithm from textbook. Those who have textbook, open the page number 5. Open the page number 3. On page number 3 you are given Euclid's division lemma. Given positive integers A and B, there exist unique integers Q and R satisfying A is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 less than or equal to R less than B. I write here, given positive integers A and B, there exists unique integers q and r satisfying a is equal to bq plus r 0 less than equal to r less than b. This is the Euclid's division lemma. Let's read it. Given positive integers a and b, there exist unique integers q and r, satisfying a is equal to bq plus r, where 0 less than or equal to r less than b. Understood? With the help of Euclid's lemma, what can we find? Euclid's lemma is useful to find HCF of numbers. Understood? Let's we try to understand how to find HCF. Before we use Euclid's lemma to find HCF, but first, what is meant by HCF? Let's we understand with the help of example. 4 and 6 are two numbers. Which are the main factors of 4? Means find the numbers by which we can divide 4. 1, 2 and 4. Which are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. Which are the common factors? 1, 1, 2, 2. Then highest common factor. Highest common factor is 2. So this is said to be HCF. Okay. First we can list common factor. Which are the common factors? 1 and 2. Only 2 these factors are common, because 1 and 2 repeats in factors of 4, 1 and 2 repeats in the factors of 6. So they are common factor. Out of this common factor, which are largest? Only 2 is the largest. So HCF of number 1 and 2 is 2. Understood? We can also find this by using division lemma. How? First, 6 is greater than 4. So we divide 6 by 4. So this is dividend, this is divisor. Let's we try to divide. 6 divided by 4. 4, 1 ja 4. What is left? 2. So quotient is 1. Remainder is 2. Isn't this division lemma? Yes. Now we have to divide this divisor. This divisor by remainder. 2, 2 ja 4. At this stage remainder is 0. So divisor is said to be HCF. This method you learn in your 4th, 5th standard. Okay, let's we try here. Now we have to divide divisor by remainder. Divisor by remainder. Sorry. Yes. We divide it by remainder. Then first write 4 is equal to divide it by 2. Now we try to divide 4. 2, 2 the 4. Okay. Then here quotient is 2, remainder is 0. Now we can determine HCF by 2 ways. Here we have to proceed this algorithm till the remainder is 0. Then the remainder preceding 0 remainder is said to be HCF. Otherwise, divisor at the stage remainder is 0 is said to be HCF. You can decide HCF by 2 ways. Divisor at the stage of remainder 0 is said to be HCF. Otherwise, remainder preceding zero remainder in division algorithm is said to be HCF. Understood? Let's we take one more example. First you understood what is HCF. This is the concept. This is your earlier method. This is Euclid method. Euclid method or Euclid's lemma is very much useful to decide the HCF. Understood? Let's we take an example to find HCF 210 and 55. Suppose you are asked in the exam, find the HCF of 210 and 55 by using division algorithm. Okay? Then first you decide which number is larger, 210. Then we start here. 210 is divided by 55. This is A, this is B. The number here comes will be Q and number here comes is said to be R. This is for simplicity. Let's we try to divide. 210 is to be divided by 55. Here consider 50. Here 200. 54. So we try to multiply 54 4 5 20, 2 4 5 20. But this is larger. What does it mean? We multiply by one less number. 5 3 15, carry 1. 5 3 15 and 1 16. So 3 165. Okay. Now what is left as a remainders? 10 minus 5, 10 is left, okay? Means 0 is left, so borrowing from 2, 10 minus 6, 4, here. So what is quotient? 3. What is remainder? 45. What is to be done for the divide B, that is 55 by remainder 45. Now again 55 divided by 45. As you do more practice, you don't need to carry out this reason in rough work. But don't take chance of risk. Better you carry out division in rough page. 45 1 45. 0 1. So what is quotient? 1 is. What is remainder? 10. And also you check every time remainder is smaller than divisor. Now we shall divide 45 by 10. 10 how many have? 45 divided by 10. 10 4 have 40. What is left? 5. So quotient is 4. Remainder is 5. Now continue this process till you get remainder 0. Now 10 is to be divided by 5. 10 is divided by 5. 5 to 10. Remainder is 0. Quotient is 2 plus remainder. Yes. Now this is 0 remainder. Then which is the remainder preceding 0 remainder? 5. So this is the HCF of number 200 and it is written therefore HCF of 210, 55 is equal to 5, not 0. Understood? We can divide 210 by 5 as well as 55 by 5. This is the highest common factor. If we factorize 210 and 55, highest common factor would be 5. Understood? Let's we take one more example so you find easy. Otherwise we shall work out sums from the textbook. The first question. Exercise 1.1. Question 1. First one. Use Euclid's division algorithm to find HCF of 135 and 225. Okay. 135. Out of this, first decide which one is bigger. 225 is greater than 135. So let's we start dividing 225 by 135. This is A, this is B. The number here comes will be cube plus number here will be r. Let's we try to divide. 2 to 5 divided by 135. 135 2 is 270. Okay, it is easy to double it. So we carry out by 1 only. Here 0, 12 minus 3, 9. Okay, and here. So quotient is 1 and 90. Now we divide 135 by 90. Okay, and 135 divided by 90. Then again 90 1 90. 5 minus 0. 3 minus 9, not so 13 minus 9, 4. So here 1, here 45. Understood? Now we divide 90 by 45. 45 2 is very easy. Remainder is 0. So what is the preceding remainder? The otherwise divisor at the stage of remainder 0 in the division lemma is said to be HCF. So HCF of 135, 225. Here the number interchange, it does not matter. Is 45. Understood? This is the first sum. Okay? See properly. These are the main steps in the exam. You may ask, write division lemma of Euclid and find the HCF. So you have to learn the statement. Today you write the Euclid's lemma 3 times. Let's we find out HCF of second number. The second number is little bit larger, but don't bother about the value of the number. And 38220. Here 38220. So first 38220 is greater than 196. Okay. So first we divide 38220 by 196 and decide quotient and remainder. Now every time you need to write A, B, Q and R. If you find confusion, then you have to write, and bear in mind, remember every time you have to divide B by Q at every stage. B by Q. That is divisor, quotient, divisor, quotient, divisor, quotient. Okay. Let's we try to divide it. 38220 divided by 196. If we double it, if 150, then 300. But 96, it is nearly 200. So 200, 400. So we first carry out with 196. 12 minus 6 is 6. 7 minus means 17 minus 9 is 8. Here left 2, 2 minus. Okay. Now bring down 2. Okay. Now we carry out multiplication. As we carry out multiplication means we have to multiply 196 by such a number so that we would get number near to 1862. Look here. Here 1862. Here only 100. If we multiply it by 10, then we would get 10, then 1000. But here 1862. So first we try to multiply by 196 by 9. 10 will not okay. Because as we multiply 1916 and here 1860. So we multiply by 9. 9 6 54. 9 9 81. 81 and 5. 86. 9 1 9. 9 and 8. 17. Okay. Then it is quite close. 12 minus 4, 8. 9 0 0 98. Okay, still we have to bring down one more digit 0 here. Here 0, then first we try to multiply it by 5, then only we receive 0. 5 6 are 33, 9 5 are 45, and 3 48, 5 1 are 5 and 4 9. We got it. 5980. Okay, so 0 is the remainder. In the first stage, we would get remainder 0, 195. Quotient and remainder is 0. Okay, little lengthy division, but don't bother. You should try. So at first stage, remainder is 0, then divisor is said to be HCF. So here we write HCF of 196 38220 is equal to 196. Understood? First decide which number is larger, which number is smaller, divide larger number by smaller number, decide quotient, remainder. Continue this procedure till you get remainder 0. Here at the first stage we would get remainder 0. So divisor is the HCF. Understood? Third one. 867 and 225. Which number is greater? 867 greater than 225. Okay. Now, we first divide 867 by 225. So 8 6 7 2 2 5. Here 3 digit. I give you a 3. Here 8 and 2. How many? 4. So let's we multiply by 4. Okay. Then 2 2 5 multiply by 4. 4 5 20. Carry 2. 4 2 8 and 2 10. Carry 4 2 8 and 9. 2 25. 4 9. Sorry. So it is a 900. So we shall multiply by 3. Then 2 2 5 multiply by 3. 3 5 15. Carry 1. 3 2 6 and 1 7. 3 2 6. So 6 7 5. It is smaller. 7 minus 5 2. 6 minus 7 not possible. So we borrow from 8. 16 minus 7. That is 9, and 7 192. Okay, then 3 and remainder is 192. I think some error is there. 867 is divided by 225. 225 multiplied by 3. 3 5 15, carry 1, 3 2 6 and 1 7, 3 2 6, 3 6 7 5 2. Okay, 16 minus 7 9 and 192. Okay. Now 192 is divided, 225 divided by 192. Then 225 192 1 5 minus 2 3 12 minus 9 is also 3. So here 1 plus 33. Okay. Now we divide 192 by 33. 192 divided by 33. And 33 here 19. I think 5 ja. 5 3 ja 15, carry 1. 5 3 ja 15 and okay. And if we take 6 3 ja 18, carry 1. 6 3 ja 18 and so it is little bigger. So 5 ja. So here we write 5 plus 165. 12 minus 5, 7. 8 minus 6, 2. So 27. Now 33 is divided by 27. 27 1 ja 27. 27 1 ja 27. So 33 divided by 27. If you can calculate in mind, then you can. 13 minus 7, 6. Okay, then what is left? 6 is left. Now 27 is divided by 6. Then 27 divided by 6. 6 3 is 18. 6 4 is 24. 7 minus 4, 3. Okay. So what is 3? Now 6 is divided by 3. 3 2 is 3 2 then remainder is, so what is the HCF? The HCF of these two numbers is equal to 3. What is the HCF? HCF of these two numbers is 3. Okay, you understood? So all three sums of question number 1 I show you. Okay. Now we shall work out one more sum. Question number 3. Proof based question we shall work out at last. Question number 3. First I explain you what is question. An army contingent of 616. Contingent means group of people. An army of 616 member is to march behind an army band of 32 member in a parade. The two groups are to march in the same number of columns. What is the maximum number of columns in the which they march? Look here. First of 32 people. Here are such columns. Means they are moving in the rows. Here are army men. How many total? 32. Now we have to arrange 616 such that the number of columns in first group and second group remain same. Number of columns. Number of army men in each column may be different. Okay, in the first contingent means group of people, total 30 soldiers or army men. They are moving in the column. We have to arrange this such that the number of column in first group and number of column in the second group should be same. And this is possible only if we find HCF. So here we shall find HCF of 616 and 32. 616 and 32. Okay, 616 and 32. So let's we first divide 616 by 32, and for that we have to 616 is divided by 32. 32 1 11 minus 2 9. 5 minus 3 2 and 6. Here 200, here 3. So first we multiply it by direct 9. 9 2 जा 18 carry 1. 9 3 जा 27 and 1 28. 9 2 जा 18 carry 1. 9 3 जा 27 and 28. Okay. Then 9 जा is okay. 288. 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8. That is 16 minus 8. Here 8 minus 8 0 0. Okay. So here comes 99. Here is 8. Now we shall divide 32 by 8. 8 4 ja 32. 0. So HCF is HCF of 616 and 32 is 8. What does it mean? There should be 8 columns. There should be 8 columns in the first one as well as second. The first group there are 8 columns. In second also 8 columns. Thus, the question asks, what is the maximum number of columns? Thus, the maximum number of column is 8. You have to write final statement also. Okay, understood? So numerically based sums we come to end over here from exercise 1.1. Proof based we shall work out in last. Okay. In next video, I will explain you about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Okay, bye.